Have you noticed that you second guess yourself more than you used to? Decisions that once felt simple now feel heavier. You replay conversations over and over, and you wonder if you're making the right choice, even about things that you've handled for years. If you've been asking yourself why you're doubting yourself, especially after 40 plus, this conversation is for you. I'm Michelle, mom of four, Emma, and your self care and confidence coach. Around here, I don't believe that you need to fix yourself or reinvent your life. I believe in simple strides, small, steady ways to reconnect with yourself, rebuild trust from the inside out. If these conversations resonate, go ahead and hit subscribe because this video is part of a short series and each one builds on the last. In the first video, we talked about why confidence feels different in midlife and why that actually makes sense. Today, I want to go one layer deeper. We're going to talk about why so many women start doubting themselves after 40 plus years and why this doubt isn't random and it isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. Self doubt in midlife isn't usually about capability. It often shows up when the roles, the routines, and the expectations that once guided you start to shift. And before you've learned how to trust your own inner direction, that transition, it can be very unsettling. So we call it doubt, even when it's actually growth. For years, your confidence was reinforced by, and those roles are changing. For a long time, many women made decisions based on who depends on you, what's expected, what kept everything running smoothly. And you became very good at that. But in midlife, those roles begin to shift. Children grow up, family dynamics change. The pace of life asks for something different. And when the familiar feedback, I'm doing this right, gets quieter, it can feel like self doubt. But the truth is, nothing has disappeared inside of you. You're simply entering a new season where confidence is no longer coming from the roles that you played. It's being asked to come from you and from within. That transition, it can be very unsteady before it feels grounded. Another reason for this doubt is because of decades that you have practiced self-override, which creates distance from your own signals. What do I mean by self-override? Putting everyone and everything else first. Many women, especially in our generation, learn to push through discomfort, ignore your own needs, keep going no matter what. And that survival skill works until it costs you connection to yourself. So when this season begins asking you to slow down, check in, or choose differently, your nervous system doesn't immediately respond with clarity. It's uncertain what to do. Not because you can't trust yourself, but because you haven't slowed down enough to listen to yourself in a very long time. So instead, remember, self-doubt here, it's not a flaw. It's often the first sign that your inner guidance is trying to come back to you. So listen to it. Even noticing that something feels off is a meaningful step towards self-trust. Another reason why so many women start doubting themselves after 40 plus years is that midlife is a threshold, not a problem to solve. Midlife is not a pause button in our lives. It's the threshold, the space between who you've been and who you're becoming. For decades, you made choices based on the external cues and expectations and responsibilities and what kept the peace. But as those cues fade, your body and your nervous system begin asking different questions like, what actually matters to me? What pace feels doable for me? What feels true, not just acceptable for me? That moment, the space before answers arrive, it often feels like doubt. But you know what? It isn't. It's a transition. Remember, uncertain, it doesn't mean that you're lost. It means that your inner authority is starting to matter more than the old habit. This is where deeper confidence begins, not the kind built on performance, but the kind built on self recognition. So if you've been doubting yourself after 40, here's what's important to know. You are not malfunctioning, you're transitioning. Your roles are changing faster than your inner sense of direction has time to figure it out and settle. Self doubt is not the opposite of confidence, it's often the bridge to a more grounded kind of confidence. This season, in midlife. It's not asking you to become someone new, it's asking you to relate to yourself differently. And that takes time, not pressure. If you want continued support as you move through this season, I share a short weekly newsletter called the Simple Strides Snapshot. It's one reflection, 1 week of simple strides, an affirmation, and resources that are designed to help you stay connected to yourself. You'll find the link below. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how self-trust actually begins to return, not by forcing confidence, by rebuilding your relationship with yourself in small, steady ways. I'll see you there. And remember, gorgeous, you are not behind. You are not failing. You're standing at a threshold, and it's okay to take your time crossing it.